Training camp's going to be here soon, and we're looking at the workout clips on some of these players. Today, we're looking at Shedeur Sanders. Again, he's dropping clips left and right. We're going to watch him throw the ball around, work through some drills. But before we begin, you need to click that subscribe button right now. Training camp's going to be here, and we look at practice. You want to see what your rookies are doing. You want to see what your quarterback battles are looking like. If you like Shedeur Sanders, I'm going to have all his practice clips. It's all going to be right here. I did a 50-minute montage of them on the other day. On top of that, those guys you're drafting in fantasy football, you want to see how they're looking in practice, if they're climbing the depth chart, if they got competition, it's right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. Shedeur Sanders right here. Got a minute of action. We'll loop it and keep talking ball like we always do. We're always working on the feet. We're being light on the feet. We're seeing that in all the clips. We're seeing that between drills, a lot in practice, and just getting things oiled up. Getting the gears ready in practice here. Getting ready on the workout. That's what I'm seeing here. Pitch and catch should look like pitch and catch. That's what we're seeing. Looking at some of the cleats. Here we are now. Getting it fired out. Shedeur Sanders is a very accurate quarterback. He's a very accurate passer. That's one thing you can say about him. Working on some drills in between time. Here's the next one. Step back, boom, boom, out. Just an accurate passer. Here's another one. Looks like we got some rain. He's been working out in the rain a lot. Getting it out. Getting it out there. Ball's looking pretty. His ball's looking rather pretty. Shedeur Sanders has been hitting wire to wire. Rookie camp, OTAs, minicamp. Looking studly. Been stacking days in practice. Has about an 80% completion rate. Depending on what site you're looking at, it's really hard to get an official number from practice to practice. A lot's going on at practices, so a lot of people trying to tally it up. But definitely does have a higher completion rate compared to other quarterbacks. I can definitely say it's around that mark from what I've seen from collecting all the clips from all the beat writers, that he's been poised, he's been accurate. I do get a lot of questions on why there's not many bad plays, because there's not. That's the thing. It's not like they're being hid. The thing is, like, if he did have like a bunch of bad throws, if he was throwing picks all over the place, that would be all over social media. We had a couple practices where it was opened up, the beat writers, not just the basic beat writers, but it was opened up to everybody over the nation. Like, somebody would have dropped that. Somebody would have dropped that. He's been looking good. He's been looking solid. Another naysay you could say about it, he's been working with the 3s and 4s. However, he got opportunity with the 2s in minicamp. Back in the minicamp, Flacco got some rest. They allowed the young guys to get some opportunities. And the thing about that, he took the bull by the horns and looked good there in practice. That's what you're seeing. He is doing well with the cards that have been dealt for him or with him or whatever. However you want to shake that up word-wise. But he's been looking good. He's been stacking days. If you want the news on that, he's been stacking days. He's been looking solid. When I look at the Browns quarterback competition, Joe Flacco's been stacking days, to be honest with you. Joe Flacco's been looking good. He's had mostly good moments and not many bad moments. He's a quarterback that can overhaul an offense for a short bit. He can also have runs of games where he's throwing picks. If we get that in training camp, that could allow Shedeur to step up the roster. Kenny Pickett, I'm not a fan of him. I might be biased, but I'm not a fan of him. But I could say I'm not biased, but the history of what he's done in the NFL, what I saw from Pitt, it's adding up to it. I believe Jordan Addison got him drafted in the first round. I believe that was a really bad quarterback class, and the Steelers made a mistake drafting him in the first round. I think Shedeur Sanders is better than him. That doesn't mean he'll beat him out, because the Browns are the Browns. I've been prefacing this too. The Browns are the Browns, and they're going to do what they want to do. Remember that meme of quarterbacks, the plate names on the back of the jersey, and it's like almost 30 or 40 deep now. It's one of the funnier NFL memes of all time. You just got to remember that. But also what I want to preach here is, if Shedeur Sanders keeps stacking days, keeps doing well in practice, then eventually it's going to snowball one way or the other. It could be with a different team. down the line. But my overall take with the Browns is you're going to see multiple quarterbacks in there. It's probably going to start off with Flacco. I look at Flacco starting off as the starter. From what I'm reading from the beat reporters, they're very anxious about the start of the season with the matchups. So that could lend them either exceeding expectations, squeaking out games, or bad run of games, which could lead for the next quarterback to come in. That could be a Pickett or a Gabriel, depending on the coach's flavor. But if Pickett goes in, I just don't see him succeeding. And if that's the case, and it's not like he's been successful, you're eventually going to get down to Shedeur. Do I believe it should be that way? No. But I think the Browns like Pickett. Like, I think they like Pickett. I would have Shedeur ahead of Pickett. I'm not a fan of Pickett. Like, I would not even have him on this team. There's a chance they can make a move with one of these quarterbacks at the end of training camp. There's a chance somebody gets moved. There's a chance for that. It could be Pickett. It could even be Shedeur. It could be something like that. There's a chance. I'm not going to say it's likely, but I talk about all the range of outcomes, whatever I can come up with. He could start the season as the starter. How would that look like? That would be him continuing in stacked days and Joe Flacco having a bad run of practices and Kenny Pickett being Kenny Pickett and not taking a step forward. Like, he has to keep stacking days. He has to look good in the joint practices. He has to kill it. Not just that. Preseason too, joint practices is pretty much part of or an extension of preseason. And they got a joint practice with the Eagles. That's their second one. I think the first one might be with the Colts. I'm not for sure with that. I'm just going off the back of my medulla oblongata there. But if I'm right, you got to hit subscribe because that was back there in the brain. Shedeur Sanders, though, we got to look good against those defenses in joint practices. Not saying he is or won't or whatever, but that's what it's got to take for us to climb it up. But all in all, stacking practices, day 1 to day 0 or the end of minicamp, just crushing it. Every single practice. Cards been dealt, we've been cashing. Deal this card, he cashes. Deal that card, he cashes. Playing with the 2s, he cashes. 3s, he cashes. 4s, he cashes. That's the thing about that. He's been making some plays. It's not just like simple plays on the field. He's been making some nice throws over the middle. Tight windows. Downfield, showed that deep ball accuracy. He's got an accurate deep ball. He's accurate around the sideline, around the red zone, back of the end zone. That placement downfield, that's hard to keep up with. Now, if you're talking about Dillon Gabriel compared to him, I look at Dillon Gabriel as a high-end developmental backup. Like, it's a shame that he's in this quarterback race because he's very talented in his own right. Like, he's a different asset to me, though. When I look at Shedeur, like, as many does, a high-end starter in the league, a high-end developmental starter, like a high-end upside play. Where I look at Dillon Gabriel as a high-end backup, developmentally, long-term. Like, I think Dillon Gabriel is going to be in the league for a long time. Like, I think he's going to be a good backup and have stretches of games where he's starting, and he'll probably get you some wins. That's the thing about that and command a team. Now, that does not sound glorious or exciting, but that's a very good career for a quarterback. That's a damn good career for a quarterback. I think Shedeur Sanders gives you the most upside of all the quarterbacks on the roster. I think if you select Flacco, you're just hoping to win the turnover battle and hold on tight and accidentally win some games and maybe backdoor your way into the playoffs. But the odds are against that, but you're just trying to have as much control as possible. But with Sanders, he's a rookie. He's still a rookie, but the upside's there with how he plays the game. The energy there, the accuracy downfield, the unknown, it's all there. Flacco, like, can you look at this team and see Flacco leading it to a Super Bowl or just magically winning like 9 to 12 games? Could you see that with Flacco? It's hard to feel that. It's hard to feel that. With Sanders, honestly, you can get it all over the place with him. You can get the rookie blues. Like, rookies need time to ramp up. But on top of that, we saw the talent there. We see what we got in the run game with Quinshon Judkins. He could exceed expectations. We got to see where he's at in his development NFL-wise. Like, everything else is there. Prospect-wise, everything else has been there. We got to see that. This is the Browns team, though. Like, honestly, like, if he doesn't win the job or get much opportunity here, but he keeps stacking days, he's going to get opportunity somewhere else. And that's honestly, like we saw with Baker Mayfield, maybe that's something you want anyways. Maybe this is a good pit stop for him to get some more tape out there for the coaches, and gives them some time to develop. All rookies need development, and they take steps forward. Maybe this is a good time to get some more systems under his belt, get with different coaches and stuff. It's all just different opportunities. And like Baker Mayfield, like, he turned things around, former Browns quarterback, and the Browns are going to be the Browns. That's another testament of the Browns being the Browns, and that's my main take, is the Browns are going to be the Browns. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.